The National Council of Provinces will from today convene its first three-sphere planning session of the 7th Parliament, and it's taking place under the theme towards an oversight agenda for the 7th Parliament and delineating key oversight priorities for the NCOP in the 7th Parliament. Now, the three-day planning session seeks to, among others, ensure that appropriate mechanisms and systems are put in place to effectively address policy implementation weaknesses and coordination, the disjuncture across the three spheres of government, particularly as the 7th dispensation commences its work. Deputy President Paul Mashatile is expected to address the session. But for more about this three-day session, we joined virtually now by chairperson of the National Council of Provinces, Refilwe Mtshweni-Tsipane. Thanks so much for joining us this morning, and welcome, chairperson.
Well, thank you very much, Sakina, and good morning to the listeners at home.
So, as we currently stand, what would you say are the key policy implementation challenges in South Africa?
Well, Sakina, as you know, that as the NCOP, we are operating within the constitutional parameters, which espouses that us as the NCOP, we need to work in a much more coordinated, cooperative government and intergovernmental relations. And therefore, certainly, there are legislative frameworks and financial frameworks that will guide the work of the NCOP insofar as the oversight over the executive is concerned, but as well as ensuring that the mandate as well as the interests of provinces do find expression within the national sphere. Not only just that, but also our municipalities as the local sphere of government does find expression also in the national planning. Therefore, for us, it is important to have this three-sphere government mechanism where we will be emphasizing the critical importance of a joint integrated planning and further encourages all spheres of government to work collectively in the planning and the implementation of programs. This approach is very critical at this point in time because we don't want to see government where they implement projects simultaneously, which are more or less the same equally, but utilizing resources from different fiscal allocation. Whereas when this project could have been tackled jointly, it will then yield positive results, which will equally expedite the delivery of services.
Mr. Mtshweni-Tsipane.
And therefore, this three-sphere government is critical to make sure that we...
All right, my apologies there. I think we're having a slight problem with the bandwidth there and the connectivity. But the chairperson of the National Council of Provinces, our guest this morning, and I think she is back now. She can hear me. Ms. Mtshweni-Tsipane, with regard to this implementation, and I think South Africans watching this right now are thinking, oh no, not another talk shop, not more of the same, because this is an issue, the issue of oversight, that found expression even in the Commission of Inquiry into allegations of state capture, where it was ventilated quite vociferously and at length. But with regard to how things are going to be different, what have you identified as the factors that actually affect the implementation of policy, and how do you hope to change that?
Well, Sakina, I must indicate that the priorities for the 7th administration have been clearly articulated by the President as well as the ministers through their respective budget speeches, as well as our premiers in various provinces through their SOPAs. Now, as NCOP and particularly Parliament, we've heard them, they have spoken in line with the priorities, which primarily touches on critical issues of job creation and also growing the economy, amongst the other issues, which is a thorny matter amongst the communities in South Africa. Now, our role as Parliament is to make sure that we hold executive accountable of all the commitment that they shall have made. Now, this three-sphere government further takes this responsibility to say that, hang on, municipalities, you are operating in line with the Municipal Act, as well as provinces and national, you are operating in line with the PFMA. How then do we begin to integrate our work in a much more coordinated manner so that the commitments that we have made are implemented in a form of a one plan that will make sure that we achieve the desired outcome as set out by ourselves. We've piloted, Sakina, the district development model, which is a model that sought to integrate and bring together all three spheres of government into one coordinating unit, which is the district, which are our respective districts. We have seen that working quite well up to thus far. Ours is not to reinvent the wheel, but also to strengthen and make sure that the district development model works much more effectively and efficiently, such that the Intergovernmental Relation Framework Act and Intergovernmental Fiscal Relation Act does find expression in the manner in which the delivery of services is being done to our respective municipalities. Now, us as Parliament, our duty, therefore, is to make sure that as national government plans and implement, they do take into consideration what are the challenges that are besetting our provinces as well as our municipalities. Hence, today it is important that all three spheres of government sit together. We agree on an approach that will enable the delivery of services seamlessly and ensure that we expedite a sense of agency in the delivery of those services to our people.
Well, we certainly will be watching and following up with you as well. But thanks so much for outlining what will be happening. That was Refilwe Mtshweni-Tsipane, the chairperson of the National Council of Provinces, speaking to us about the National Council of Provinces convening a three-sphere planning session with the other spheres of government. Your thoughts always welcome.